AI in software engineering has evolved at an incredible pace. First, it was autocomplete. Then it was chat-based coding, where you would paste in a problem to ChatGPT and get back a chunk of code. Then the models got better and smarter and became integrated into our development environments. Over time, we got better at prompting and started going through a planning loop with them, where we would, plan with the AI, review that plan, and then let the AI build it and review the build. Next came agentic coding, which took the plan, review, build cycle to the next level, right in our development environments. And now we're in this agent orchestration phase where multiple agents are collaborating together, reviewing, refining, executing tasks all autonomously. While this is amazing, the problem is the interface hasn't caught up. Most of it still happens in chat windows deeply embedded in our development environments, or they happen in the CLI. That's why I built Potato Cannon. It takes the same orchestrated agent capability and wraps it in a familiar Kanban workflow. You get a board with phases and clear review gates. So instead of managing prompts, you're managing progress and process. And so I'm excited here to show you Potato Cannon. It's a tool that I've been building for the past couple of weeks. And when you first come into it, you are presented with a familiar Kanban board. And so, there's really two modes. There's brainstorm and board. Brainstorm can be used to think through new ideas with the AI, open-ended, identify problems that you want solved, and then create tickets automatically onto the board in a way that allows it to kind of work through those tickets and build out what you're trying to build. And so I've got a sample project here that I want to show you that I've been working on. One of my personal goals is to learn a foreign language. And so using Potato Cannon, I built this tool called Verbific. And Verbific helps learn verb conjugations. And so if we jump over here, we'll see this is a reference here where you can search for any verb, and then you can jump over and for each verb get a nice quick sheet that sort of does the verb conjugations. You can download that, view it. It has fill in the blanks, it has flashcards, so you can sort of flip it over and see. And just really, this is a free tool now on the internet, brought to life by Potato Cannon. So I've got a few enhancements to this that I want to make, and some of these I've already got in the backlog. They've been through refinement already, but we're going to go through and I'm going to show you how this works. And so we're going to add a quiz mode to the app. So this is a ticket. Quiz mode should go to the right of the flashcards tab. This should be interactive quiz mode where users are presented with a fill in the blanks in a random order. They must type in a response. And so we're going to drag that over into refinement. And what will happen is an AI agent will pick it up, and you'll see that here, and it'll start refining it. This is heavily inspired by the Claude Code plugin superpowers, where it will quiz you and ask you questions about, hey, I'm trying to refine this. I have gaps in my knowledge. These are some things that I identified. And so I really studied, and I want to say thank you to the Superpowers library. I learned a lot just by diving in and studying that one. And so this comes back with, hey, I see the fill in the blanks mode is a printable worksheet with blank lines. For the new quiz mode, should it quiz users on conjugations? Only the six verb forms, sentences only, or both conjugations and sentences? Let's do both conjugations and sentences. And so it presents quick options. Very familiar if you've been using the tools right in your development environment. And so it goes through this process and asks you a bunch of questions until it sort of drills into the details at a level that you're satisfied with, and that it's satisfied with. And so, I'm going to jump ahead to make the video brief and show you some ones that I've already gone through the refinement process. So it takes we got a couple here. We want to fix this. This is a bug fix for some Spanish labels. On the Spanish side, if we look here, it's gone through that process where it's asking, it builds the artifacts for the refinement. We can drill in and see the document that it created for this. So this is essentially a more detailed version of the ticket that operates at a product level that came out of asking me questions. It defines who the target users are, the success criteria, key decisions made, the scope of the ticket, so on and so forth. And so that's why it's in the backlog phase. And so let me go ahead here and show you that this whole workflow goes from ideas, we refine those ideas, they land in the backlog. Then when we're ready to work on them, we take it to architecture, which will come up with an architecture plan. We can review that architecture plan and generate a specification from it. That specification then can be reviewed before going into a build phase. After the build phase, it puts up a pull request, and ultimately the items end up in the done column or the blocked column if it encounters some form of an issue. This workflow has checkpoints where you can automatically pass things through or stop and review the specifications along the way. And so I've got 4 tickets here that are ready to go in the backlog. Just like that, I can turn this off and they will all jump over to architecture and they will get firing. And so just like that, I'm now running 5 separate agents at a time, 1 doing refinement and 4 doing architecture and building an architecture based off of these tasks and the refinements of them. And so we can see all along the way, it's coming through and it's picking up and it's saying, hey, I'm designing the technical architecture for the SEO keywords. I'll explore the code base, the patterns, and create clear blueprints for implementation. And so each one of these tickets will go through the process of creating the architecture review, the architecture, and then it'll land in the review phase. If I turn off these checkpoints, the next time I look at this can be when it's in pull request, when I get a pull request that pops up. I've done a few of these already, and so we can see here, jumping over to we'll go to Verbific. And we'll see we got a couple pull requests here. French regular verbs, filter showing none, mobile search navigation on verb details page. We'll click in here and we'll see we get, the output is completed pull requests. And so this is Verbific. I've made it open source. I did put a license to prevent somebody from taking a potato cannon and going to sell it. I'm thinking like what happened with AI.com and OpenClaw or whatever. And so this is free for anybody to use for commercial purposes, that sort of thing. The only thing you can't do is spin up a version of Potato Cannon and start selling Potato Cannon. And I hope that this product helps you get your product to where it needs to go. And one other fun fact is, after I got the first version of Potato Cannon in place, I used Potato Cannon to build Potato Cannon, which was really, really fun. Even if you're not building a product, I will say it could be pretty useful to come in here and explore, because one thing that I've done is I've exposed all of the agents, the workflows behind it, and all of that. Each of these columns you can actually flip over and see the agents that are running within it. So this is running a Ralph loop that has an agent for refinement and an adversarial refinement agent. You want to see what those prompts look like? You can click this and see what that refinement agent prompt looks like. And I've spent a decent amount of time crafting these prompts and making this all work together. But say there's some nuances that you want to override. You can simply copy this over and make changes to it, and then that becomes the new prompts that this particular, for this particular project that it's working off of. You can have custom versions of the prompts for each project. You can also customize the look and feel of the projects. And so I've got different projects, different color codings for different projects and different phases. And so if you want to dive in here and learn about the prompts and whatnot, feel free to get in here and check it out. You can see the build phase here has actually got a task prompt that breaks these specification into tasks. It's got a task loop with a Ralph loop in the builder where it builds, verifies the spec, verifies the quality, and does QA before moving it on to pull request. You can customize the columns, say you want to make the blocked column red. There's a lot you can do here, and honestly, all the functionality that's in here is made available because of Potato Cannon. And so you can see here we've got this add publisher to all pages. It's finished its specification, and it's beginning the build process. And so this will just continue until it has pull requests for all of this. One of the things I've been doing is I've been loading this up with a bunch of things that I want done on my various projects, letting it go overnight and waking up with 20, 30 pull requests that I can review, merge if I like, or decide not to merge if I don't like. I haven't touched on brainstorming too much, but I'll let you get in here and check it out. It's pretty cool. You can come in here and really flesh out an idea, and it'll look at your code. It will help figure out the best approach for your given project. And when it's done, it can drop all of those tasks directly onto the ideas column of your board to be worked on. And so if you like this, I'd love for you to connect with me on LinkedIn. Let me know what you think about it. My LinkedIn is LinkedIn C. Rathgeb. You can find me there, and I hope you enjoy it.